What's up guys, back for another video. This is James and you're watching Roman Art.
So I did an illustration for Cyberpunk 2077 art contest that was held October last year. I didn't win, but I certainly gained a lot of learning during the entire process of creating it. The contest was to illustrate any cyberpunk theme. The catch is to utilize the iconic jacket in the game provided by CD Project Red. You can certainly paint on top of it as long as you use the exact dimensions of the given jacket. The first step was to establish my line art and composition of the painting. I used a 2-point perspective grid here to make sure I don't butcher the proportions since I'll be using dynamic perspective. Next, I proceeded to the inking phase, which is setting the opacity of your rough sketch to 50% or lower, then trace over it on a separate layer using 100 opacity with your brush of choice. For the next step, I decided to use grayscale under the sketch layer to establish my values easier. So values in painting often refers to brightness or darkness of a color. It is where you determine where the light hits your character or background and where the shadows rest. I find it easier to do it using grayscale since you don't have to worry about colors at this stage. This serves as an extremely effective guideline for light and shadows for when I start adding the color. After finalizing my values, I then add the base colors, add the basic shadows, and then the light, each on separate layers and making sure these are below the sketch layer as well. The next and longest step I believe in this process is the rendering phase. After putting down the base colors, I've set the opacity of my sketch layer to 50% or lower, and then start the rendering layers on top of it. This makes it easier to blend the sketch lines with the colors. It takes time, continuously refining my illustration, going back and forth, utilizing paint and card techniques, different brushes, and layer blending modes. See, my inspiration for this painting was inspired by Akira, and also the retro art style of the old Street Fighter posters back in the 90s. I'm quite happy of how it's starting to take shape by this point. The final touches in this piece involves adding details, highlights, and the rim lights especially along the middle character as the spotlight hits him from the top, and then a silhouette of the night city for the background. And there you have it. That art process took around 8 to 10 hours. It took a while, but it was a lot of fun to do. Now, if you guys have any feedback at all, please let me know. Maybe it's about my process, maybe it's about my technique or my speed up my workflow. It will be highly appreciated. Now, on that note, hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.